Somebody was watching that day. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy day after Labor Day. Happy September. There's a lot of things to be happy about today. New month. This year is going very quickly. It's already the 9th month of the year. Amazing. Okay. Well, you don't have to wait on everybody to come in. We were working on the gizmo. I'd like for you to try to get it finished today. So, again, the gizmo is explorelearning.com on your resource page. Trying to let folks in while I'm talking to you. All right, everybody's coming slowly but surely. All right. Again, if I just let you in, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, we're going to continue working on the gizmo, and I'll share in a minute. As soon as I find it, get folks in. All right, we're almost there. Good job, good job. Hope everybody was rested. Didn't party too hard yesterday. Did a non-Labor Day where you just rested from your works. Okay. All right, so again, if you just joined, you are going to finish working on your ecosystem gizmo. And I'm going to pull that assignment up as soon as it lets me. Where are you learning? I see I got 9 people who have already finished. That's wonderful. All right. Now, what I need for you to also make sure that you have done is the assessment at the end of the gizmo. Everybody needs to do that in Gizmo. It records it for me, and I'm going to take the score from there. So make sure that if you're finished, you went back and you did the assessment. You don't have to send me a score. I will record the score from there, and I will add that to, and I need to redo this page so that, okay. Had to put in a work order with Zoom because every time I try to share, y'all disappear on me. But according to the YouTube thing, it doesn't stop recording. All right, so with the graphic organizer, you need to submit that, and that you should have been able to complete by, as you go through the program, it will give you the answers for this. So you're not making this up. These 2 boxes at the bottom, actually with the keystone, then you need to give an opinion statement over here after you've done the activity as to why the bees are, after you've defined keystone species, explain why the bees are the keystone species and not the rabbits. So you need to have a good explanation there. This one with the trophic levels, that one you could take exactly from what they have already prepared for you as you went through the activity. How do I start? Okay, I'm gonna tell you in just a second. All right, so Caroline, hold on. All right, and then the same thing, you're gonna need your arrow tool with this because there should be arrows on it. So they've already placed all the words in place. You have to put arrows on the food web diagram. Okay, so that's how you're getting graded for that. So make sure that you have arrows going from every level. And again, with this, you need to recognize that flowers are always going to be at the bottom. And then you have the organisms. The next level is the organisms that eat plants. And then after that, it's the organisms that eat the plant eaters. And then you have your tertiary that can eat both, but mostly they're carnivores. So they're going to eat the secondary consumers. So we have producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. And you need to label it as such, as well as draw the arrows. And include arrows with your fungi and vultures as well. Okay, so that's what you need to submit. And then you need to make sure that you've done the assessment. I'm going to add that to the score. All right, so Caroline, you want to know how to do this. All right, let me give a minute. So got some folks coming in. All right, so if you weren't here on, what day did we start this? We started on Thursday. This is what you need to do. You need to go to resources and you need to find the orange button that says Explore Learning. When you click on it, and it's going to look different from me because I'm a teacher, but when you click on it, it's going to take you to the Gizmo page. And you have been assigned, so I'll just get there in a second. All right, and this is for everybody. All right, you have been assigned ecosystems. All right, so when you log in here, this is what you should see. What your assignment is for today is ecosystems. You click on that, and then you launch it. All right. And again, for folks who haven't done it already or were a little bit behind, as you go through, you'll keep getting these blue boxes, and the blue box tells you what to do. This one says click on ecosystem because it wants you to see where the glossary is. So again, everything in this activity is in the glossary. You click on any of the orange words and it will take you to the definition. For example, at the end, you need to know what a keystone species is. There's your definition of keystone species. That's what should go in that box on your worksheet. Okay. All right, you close the glossary, then you have another blue box. It tells you to read the letter. So you click on the letter, read the letter. Letter has the word populations in it, so they want you to look up the word population. Whenever you see an orange word, they want you to look it up. Know the definition of a population. After you've done that, it gives you another blue box. Before collecting data, please read the handbook. So you want to click on the handbook. The handbook has a series of activities. These are the activities that are going to go on the, they're going to go on the handout. A lot of people open their handout in Kami. So if you open it in Kami, it should allow you to write on it. Then you make sure you save it in such a way that I can open it myself because I can't always open your Kami document. Some of y'all send me a link and sometimes the link works and sometimes it doesn't. But I'll let you know. But you'll at least get credit for the fact that you sent it to me, so it won't be late. All right, again, you get these little blue flashing arrows. It tells you what to do next. So just whenever you see the blue flashing arrow, that means you're it tells you where to go next. So you click on the blue flashing arrow. Go going through this because there's somebody who uh, wasn't here on Thursday. And if you still are stuck and you don't know you're not where you should be paying attention also. As you go through these, so I also have another we go. All right, and it did in fact crash because I was sharing. I've sent in a message to Zoom because they did ask this morning that every time I share, it crashes. So again, if you have any questions, I now have a brand new chat. So if you had a question, type it again because I don't have it because I just logged in. All right, if you finished the assignment already, please look at the next unit. Again, make sure that, because we are going forward on next class, so we're not going to allot class time for this again. So again, focus on getting this done today. If you don't get it done today, you're on your own time, because on when do I see you? Thursday. On Thursday, we are moving on to the next module, which is roles in an ecosystem. All right, make sure that you've also done your habitat study. Some of you still have yet to do that. And that went with our roles in an ecosystem. Help you with which one? All right, JLo, helping you with which? Roles in an ecosystem or the gizmo? All right, good morning, Nathan. We are finishing our gizmos today. The gizmo, okay. All right. Shayla, I'm going to set up a breakout room and let you. This is environmental science, third period. All right, Shayla, let's see. Give me a minute, I'll tell you when. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm opening up a breakout room. Does anybody else need me to help them with the gizmo? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at GoGuardian and help you there. Anybody else? Anybody else? Before I disappear on you. All right, so again, if you are finished with both the worksheet and you've submitted it to Canvas, make sure you've done the assessment. And if you have finished that, make sure that you've submitted your habitat niche assignment. And that one you would have let the unit in Canvas. It starts with roles in an ecosystem. So that activity was about your role in your ecosystem. So after you have done my habitat study, the next unit after that is species interaction. We are going to have a project with this, so please make sure that you read that over and understand species interactions. Okay, so again, if you are already finished, make sure you've done your habitat study and then go ahead and read species interaction. All right, Jayla, I'm going to open a room so that I can talk with you. Okay. Jayla Marshall. All right, where's my room? Oh, okay, there it is. All right, I'm joining. All righty. All right, breakout rooms closed. I'm back. Anybody have any questions? Again, if you are finished with the worksheet and you've turned it in and you've answered all the questions, then you need to go ahead and read the module on species interactions. Be familiar with that. Because the project is going to go with this. So we'll talk more about that on Thursday. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put that in the chat. Alrighty, I'm going to do attendance now. Again, please make sure that you're working on this. We won't be giving class time to finish this again on Thursday. Thursday, we're moving on. All right, Nathan, did you just get kicked out? I got quite a few people who are logged in and they've been idle. So just because I was doing the breakout room, that doesn't mean you weren't supposed to be finishing your work. Again, you only have today to work on this. After that, you're on your own. We're moving on. That's why he's not in that class yet. Again, the written answers at the end on the review are required that you actually have a good sentence answers. There's points to those questions. So make sure you give good answers for those. All right, welcome back. So yes, this was the class you were to be in. Make sure you're working on your gizmo. Still third period for the next 20 minutes. All right, I said that there was 60 some, there's 91 points to this activity. And a couple of you are way behind. And all the folks who said they were finished, you didn't do the review. Because nobody has anything close. So again, folks, if you say you were finished, I'm looking at most of you who didn't do any of the written questions. And so out of 91, nobody has 50 points yet. And folks, that's the score I'm putting in the grade book. So you need to go back and take a look at that. All right. Okay. Folks, again, I am looking at, so though half of you who said you were finished, you're nowhere near finished with this activity. You need to go back and answer all the questions that asked you to write a sentence, because you all skipped them. Actually, no, that's not true. I have to grade them. So make sure that you've answered them. Yeah, I have to grade them. So I take that back, folks. Just make sure that you've answered them. I have to grade them. I take that back. It's not that you haven't done it. Okay. Looking at your screen. All right, Jayla, how can I help you? I'm looking at your screen. All right, you've changed your screen again. Oh, to the right. Okay, to your right, my right. Put your cursor on where you want me to answer your question. You mean the big box that you want? That's going to be your decomposers and scavengers. I think that's the box you're talking about. Yeah, decomposers and scavengers. All right. Okay, Isabella, I will check yours right now. All righty. You're at the top of the list. Aha. Mm, okay. All right. Nathan, I'm going to take a chance and try to share this with you. Like I said, it usually crashes on me, but I will. Let me see, where am I? Okay, there we go. All right, give me a second to share. Let me close this one. Yeah, my Zoom is sharing. It, it's taking its time loading. All right. All right, so look at my share screen. All right, you're looking for this orange tab right here. So look at your, if it's not in, and folks, if it's not in your favorites, you need to drag it to your favorites because we're going to do labs in this all semester. So you need to drag it to your favorites. When you click on it, Did you find it? I'm looking at you. Just shake your head up and down. Did you find it? Okay. All right, but it should take you to the gizmo. When you click on that, it should take you, and again, mine is going to look different, but it should take you directly to your class. If I look at this and click on this, it should take you to something that looks like that. You want to launch the ecosystem. And then from there, you just want to follow the directions. It tells you click. It has flashing arrows and text boxes. It'll tell you next when it wants you to go next. So just follow where all of the arrows tell you to go. See in a minute. So when a blue text box comes up, you do what the text box tells you to do. They want you to look at ecosystems. That's what you do. Read that, close it, and then it'll give you another step to do. Okay? Okay. Let me stop sharing before it crashes. All right, anybody else have any other questions? So I take back if you haven't answered, because I have to grade them. So that's why you have no score, because I have to give you a score. All right, so I will do that. So it's out of 91 points. And I will do that as soon as this thing stops sharing. The energy levels, Chase, have to do with the 10%. And it's going to be, okay, let me explain that too. And is there a box that, there should be a box that explains that to you. Let me go see if I can skip cycling. It is changing. If it won't let you submit, it's because there's something you haven't answered. So check to make sure you've answered all the questions. Because as soon as if there's something flashing on the page you haven't answered, a box you haven't filled. All right, I clicked on cycling of energy. All right, it kicked me out again because I was sharing, but it's time to go. It's time to go. So any questions before you go? Any questions before you go? All right, so again, finish this up on your own because we are going to do something else on Thursday. Okay. All right, I was working on the food web before it crashed. For that one, click on all the boxes. I was just, like I said, I was working on that one before we left. And it says to build a food web, first we need to sort all the species out. So you want to click on what that organism eats, and then you want to drag those pictures to the box. And then when you finish dragging all the pictures to the boxes, then that's the picture that should go on your worksheet. Okay, you got to get all the animals in the box. Okay. And once you have all of the animals up in the top, that's what your food web should look like um, on your worksheet. All right, and it should correct it, ask you to reset. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Anybody else have a question before I go? Nathan, you good? It is frozen.